House Pro. I'm in the building. If you don't like it, you can get out my building. Hey, I try to bring y'all content when I can bring y'all content. That means when I'm not at work and I'm down here in the studio. So let's get into it, right? Y'all see a lot of stuff up here. Y'all probably be asking questions. Let's open up something Independence Live, right? I'm gonna do this one on Independence. It's a Magix product, right? Magix is still alive with the music maker. Let me pull up my mic a little bit closer and stuff so y'all sound so darn far away. So far, far away. Mic in the face don't make none. This is my podcast. You did? This is all my podcast. Get out of my face. Let me see. Make sure my mic is up good. Little bit better. Yeah. You can hear me. I'm not going to do all the EQing, y'all, but you go get me in the raw, R-A-W. Real activity wet. I don't know. Anyway, so this is what it is. So Magix Independence, right? I've been rocking with them for years, right? Their sounds to me, dope. They sound authentic. Sound like somebody took their time when they recorded them. Excuse me. And it is what it is. So, but this is for, as you can see, it says live. So you could do this on the run, right? I know basic chords, and that's all that count, right? But when editing, I could do whatever. But what the purpose of this video is to show you there are, I may call this a relic, older projects or products and VSTs that work, and they still give you great sounding VSTs or great sounding instruments, however you want to put it. I'm not going to always be correct in some of the things I say, but you understand what I'm saying. So don't be out here trying to correct me. Right. Now, anyway, Independence Live, I finally decided to open this up because I use it in other DAWs, right? And I never used it. So what I did, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to keep it a buck. I started reading up on it, right? I tell y'all all the time, open it up and read up on it. What can it do? And it does a lot. I had this forever, but I never really used it because not in standalone mode, put it like that. So let me show you guys something, right? So piano, right? I was just sitting here looking like, so how do I load another thing, right? So right up here it says add project. That just add another project. In other words, add another instrument is what it's saying. I could add, I got 4 projects and I thought it was a whole new thing, but these are instruments, right? So I'm gonna break it down to you guys. So let's go to the top one, right? Piano, right? So when long as this is highlighted orange, I click edit. Now I could click down here. Now I could load anything else. So we'll just say guitar. Let's do that. Just at the top, right? So if somebody's up there with a MIDI controller, this is what they'll get live, right? This is still in a live format. To me, it's just like, okay, fine. So I probably would, I'm not even gonna rename it. So let's go to the second one, right? So as it's orange, it lights up. So when I right click or I just go up here and click edit. So now I can change this instrument to brass. Let's just go brass. So now I can play my brass, but the thing is, I'm like, hey, can I rename this or something? I don't know. Project, auto load, save as. I don't know. Don't get me the line, right? So let's just save as. We'll put brass, right? I'm just curious. Oh. Well, I can rename this one, save as guitar. Oh, y'all. Yo. I don't know how all this stuff is coming together because this is a video I just threw together. So then when I go down here, now I could save this as brass. Yo, so it's funny as I see this stuff pop up, I'm gonna overwrite. Save, yes. Do you want to overwrite? Yes. This is dope. Anyway, it lets you customize things to the way you hear them or however you got them. But how does this work together, right? I don't know. Like if I want to record this, I guess it's just for live performance. So if they got a MIDI controller. I don't know. Do you guys? So this is live. So I guess this is for me to put a group of people on stage. So my channel want to be the guitar, right? And if I guess I want to put somebody else on the brass, I would have to change the channel, I think. So let's see if I can figure that out. And I will probably go to File, Audio Preferences. Okay, I got that. So it'd be MIDI. So I go to MIDI preference and here we have it, right? So I could go up to 32 instruments that I will be able to put in this project and they all will be able to play out of here. But the one thing I don't have is people playing live. So that'll be a problem. But if so, I probably would put them in each channel. They will have their own in and out channel, which will work. And they'll be able to go at it live. Right? All right, I guess so. That's it. Real short, sweet, and simple. But now let me open up just independence in general and see what we could get. Standalone. I don't like that it don't take up the whole screen. But let's just click on an instrument, right? I got Pro Instruments 2 times. Give me a synthesizer. Analog lead. Let's work with the windows. So, dope VST, a good standalone. I haven't really been in here to utilize it on that level to where, hey, I could do this. But what I can do is I could utilize this as a VST. And that's usually what I do. But I was just curious, as a standalone, what value does it have as a standalone? How can I record in here? Let's see, about independence. That's all I get. See, from 1999, y'all, this is a relic to 2016. Powerful. That's all I could say. Z-Plane is dope. That's just when you read the smaller fine print. But that's all I got, y'all. I can't say anything else. I could switch. Browser. I mean, there's a lot you could do with this thing. Customize it. But I never got too deep into it. That's maybe a fault of mine, but dang. But when using this in contrast, when you open up a VST, we could go old school. And I need to see, we'll do a whole new project. Project this. And this is where your DAW becomes more valuable right here, right? But when you know how to use your VSTs specifically designed for what it's going to be used for, you could do great things. That's just me. But yeah, this is my day off, y'all. I'm gonna try to get into it. 9 minutes in, we got a lot of programs that work independently as a standalone. But as a standalone, you may run into, I ain't gonna say you're gonna run into some issues, but most of them aren't there for you to record. And I may be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. Like, let's look at a vendor, right? I'm gonna go up initial audio because I got some of their stuff. SourceLab. It's a lot of things that you can do. See, it's easier for me to route this stuff. Now I could go back to 1 and 2. That's gonna be my new routing thing. So you guys get to get everything probably up front. SourceLab, a good thing, right? People come out with wow. Wow. Let me close this out. Dang, really, SourceLab? That's what we doing? I gotta put SourceLab over here somewhere. I was just playing on it, but when things are standalone, how many people actually use the standalone, right? And what prevents you? So like, I gotta go in here. Let me change these options real quick. Players and playerettes, audio settings, virtual 1 and 2. So now that we got all that. So as y'all can see, I have another VST that's a standalone, right? So you look at this and man, it creates sound. I could do whatever. I don't know what this button is for. They go to sequencer. Oh my goodness. They got a sequencer in here. Look, I just found out, right? So if I wanted to just, I call this programming. And don't charge it to me. I'm just going on the fly. Let's see. Play. I'm gonna just do that. Didn't expect this. And it's already loose. This is how you stop it. I gotta play with this a little bit more. Wow, I didn't know that. Hey y'all, don't trip on me. Just trip on that. So they got a sequencer that's built in. Let's see, the lab. Oh my goodness. I ain't trying to blow no horns, y'all, but it's very rare where I get to sit down and actually dig into this stuff. Wow. Source, do I? It's the same key, so I have to change that. But if you was to ask me, how do I record out of this? I don't know. SourceLab should have been activated. This computer name, you activate it. I'm about to move this out y'all way. I just updated. I guess every time you update, you got to re-enter the password, which I could be wrong. My initial audio, I was put on this by a buddy of mine, and it's a dope thing, right? But I'm not going to do a full-out blown. I got a set of rules that I use when I create passwords. And this should be, oh, it say this computer activated, so I ain't got to do that. Close. All right, so back over to you guys. One thing I don't know how to do is how to record. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Let's do this, right? Let's go to initial audio, SourceLab. I guess the best way to use it is a VST. Expansion packs. I gotta get some new stuff too. News, home. They got a new update. Hey y'all, this is worth the grab though still. Let's see what this lady's talking about. Let's see, maybe she'll give us some insights. My bad. Let's see.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really excited. We get to pull back the curtain on something that's been, well, years in the making here at Initial Audio. We're talking about SourceLab.
That's right. And it's a virtual modular hybrid synthesizer, but it also packs in, really powerful multi-sample and loop slicing capabilities.
All right.
Yeah, so for producers, beat makers out there, you should really listen up.
So first thing first that I noticed, they have to be in Germany because they're running. But I also see they're running it through Ableton Live. So it's better to run this thing through a digital audio workstation, DAW. That's the first thing I get. So that's what I want to know. I haven't seen them use it in a standalone, so I'm not going to waste my time here. These are some nice videos down here, all through here. They finally fixed it, exposed, races. I don't think so. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Everybody got an opinion. Let me keep moving. Don't get stuck on a lot of stuff either, you guys. A lot of people have their opinions on hardware, software, what's best to use, personal opinions, life. Let them get their voice out. Let it be heard. Keep moving, right? Now let's get back to my channel. This is my channel. This isn't no thing. It just popped up over there. I watch a lot of her videos. The music attorney, top music attorney. I watch a lot of her videos. I watch a lot of DJ Payne 1. I watch a lot of his. Cody, anyway. So we out of there. So it's best to use this product with a DAW. StandAlone is good, I guess. I haven't seen it, but let's go back to Sampler 2 Pro 8 Suite, right? Old school, because we got the new one. So we back up in here. Let's create a give me. And we go get into something. So I may cook up today. 17 minutes in. So we went from Magix Independence, which also works inside this. So we go open it up in conjunction. So let's do two things real quick, right? Let's throw it in here. A DAW makes everything that much more powerful, I think. Especially if you know how to use it. So Magix Synth, here's Independence. It's a part of this stuff, right? So, look, no keys. My bad. Change my mixer. All right, so we got keys, right? So I could go back to here. So let's change it to an instrument, right? That's what we should be doing. I'm gonna tell y'all about this little section down here, Yellow Tools. It used to be the original company that had Independence before Magix bought them out. Yellow Tools, I bought it way back then. Camera went out on me. This is my day just to put out a random video. And so let's go grab something, right? AT Slap 1 and 2. 18th in. Let me get this. The quality in these instruments, to me, I ain't got no reverb on or nothing yet, but it gives you a lot of other things to do. I don't know what I'm looking at right here. Mapping. Browser. Now mixer, and I seen this by reading a little bit. You could put a reverb on it and stuff like that. Let's see. Dang, buses. I don't want to get into all that right now. Stereo out, custom, all this stuff I'm looking at the bottom. But anyway, let's get back up to here. So with me, I'm a programmer. I like to program my notes, my MIDI notes, right? Create a new 4-bar. Should have went up top. How'd you do that there? So we'll bring it, slide it over here. Take it back to the beginning. Create a loop. This is all me moving fast time, me in my natural state, right? I like to I would usually play to come up with a melody. Or whatever. So we just doing this for video's sake. That don't sound right, but and this is just me on the fly. Then we'll go down. Somebody go catch on to it. But this is nothing more than that's how you start off with a quick melody. I got a little static in my headphones. All right, anyway, so we got an independent quick little something, right? And that's pretty dope. We're gonna use the next one, recently used SourceLab. Let's go to SourceLab, which is also a dope VST. So they beat starter. Yeah, we saying they giving you a whole set. Ooh. That ain't gonna go well. That's Jesus. Lord, forgive me. So yo, I had this joint for a minute. Ooh. All right, anyway, I just came here just to eat some corn chips. Let's see. And I'm not going to get into all what they just did. Those are their demos. Goodness. I just came here to ask to do the thing. They make me sick. So we're gonna, we're not trying to make a video for them. I'm not. But you get sucked into this stuff when they make that dope beat. Let me see if I can create something real quick. Stop it, son. With just independence and SourceLab, right? Got a little static, so I fixed some stuff. I'm gonna use that stick as the clap. Y'all caught me in mistake. Now what I do is I go into my little give me that. Yeah, I just got into cooking up, but that's what happens sometimes. That's what happened. That's what I tell them boys. That's how them older people talk. That's what I told him. He ran around the corner. He grabbed that man by the collar and made him pay $1. Yeah, I crack myself up. And that's all that matters. You can laugh with me if you know what I'm talking about. Like I told you, you get the older talk. Hold on. That's the big ones. Hold on. They just can't breathe. I catch my breath, I'm gonna tell you off. Yee. Anyway, back to this. We're gonna keep using independence or I said SourceLab, right? Recently used. Go back to SourceLab. SourceLab is dope, y'all. My bad, they got me using them. Boom, boom, them big old 808s. Bell, see, this heat up factory as well is a plus, y'all. Take your time. There's other companies out here. Let me see what these bells sound like. So I'll use some bells. See, I had breakfast this morning. So we just want the two. So usually I like to control everything with the VST. Like that's kind of loud. So let me readjust it to the VST itself. Sometimes that's all you need. Don't be trying to overdo it. You don't have to do a whole rhythm out of every instrument. I have to teach myself that because I rhythm through the whole thing and be like, no, sometimes you just need to drop a little sprinkle on it a little bit here and there. And then, it's arranging. You don't need to arrange each instrument through, which sometimes you even take some stuff out. And I seen one guy on YouTube and he did give me an analogy that he used and it helped me out. He like, sometimes you make the instruments talk, a question, then an answer. When I seen that, I said, that's smart. And they give you a chance to break up your melodies and stuff. So for those out there who sometimes struggle, I come in, what have I been seeing anything new or trend that could help me with my beat block? Oh, questions and answers. And that will always get me out of my stuff sometimes. I'll be like, oh, this and that. Instead of sometimes you got a motor mouth person and you like, dude, give me a break. Give me a chance. Some people that talk slower, like a conversation. How do you feel about what's going on in the media, the news? Then you get a response. It could be high, oh man, I think that's some junk. Or you could be like, yo, I think it's all right. So just think about it. I use the registers in my mind. You have the bass register, the mid register, and the low, mid, and the highs. And sometimes that helps. Do you want that person to respond in a high voice, mid voice, or low voice. So that kind of helps out too to give it more texture to your beats. And anyway, so back to this. Let's see, what's another browser I recently used? We're using SourceLab, right? SourceLab is pretty dope. When you add all this stuff, I got a tons of sound. I should be able to make 5 tracks a day if I wasn't working. Quality tracks and put out there. And the thing is, who's going to buy them? So that's another thing, you guys. Don't think your first hit's going to be big or your first record you put out is going to be big. Create it and keep going. Put it to the side. It's like a seed. You put it in there with water. You got to give it sunlight, water, sunlight, and then let it grow. That's a part of your campaign and your promotion. Like, hey, I got a group of beats over here. Is it for you? Yes or no? And you got to allow these people to take a chance to say, yeah, that's me. And it may not be the best for that person. They pay what they pay. You keep it moving. It's called licensing. Because somebody else may come along like, I want an exclusive license to that. And then you got to turn around, well, I gave this to 3 other people that got licensed out. Now, if it's your money maker, you got to debate. Am I going to give it all out? How am I going to do this license? A license should have a length, a time. But then guess what? Once you record it, it's part of that joint forever. You know what I'm saying? Licensing. That's something else we could get into because I don't know all the ins and outs. So don't look at me as a professional advice giver. Don't do that because I may make a mistake too. You did? Anyway, so if you get stuck, just create something else. You build on what you got. It's your library. I could go in here and put up 100+ beats like that. It's my library. Some of the stuff been released, some haven't. Licenses your music exclusively. Sometimes when they see your work, DJ Payne one, and you see it like, wow, they're dope. They're real dope. Be dope in your own way, y'all, and keep moving. That's all I can say. Keep making music. I'm too busy running my mouth, so back to the beat. I got a bell. Killer flute. Like a little baby mocking an older person. They do it. Watch this. It's black. Little stuff like that, it works. Trust me. But anyway, let me go. Uh-oh. Let's see what they beat starters like up in Heat Up. They ain't got no beat starters. They got some stuff. Yeah. Anyway, this is me just using their sequencer. Thank you, SourceLab. But anyway, let me keep going. That's nuts. So let's finish this beat, y'all. sometimes we make a mess. So. So I'm gonna drop just to finish this up, cause I didn't mean to come on here and take y'all. So let's see. So we'll see what it sounds like. It's good, whatever. All right, so I only got a few instruments. I didn't mean to really jump into this like this, right? But it is what it is. So what do? I'm gonna show y'all what I do. Till I figure all this stuff out. So right now I got everything. I used to know how to do this. Control, whatever. What I'm about to do. I'm about to bring this big for everybody. So for all the instruments, as you can see, initially these are nothing but MIDI notes. MIDI, musical instrument device interface. Music instrument digital interface, MIDI. Hey, so basically these are MIDI notes. I done played in my program or whatever. So now the next step is to convert these over into audio files. So when you convert them to audio files, guess what? Now you're no longer able to control them from the VSTi, which is the virtual virtual technology instrument. You're no longer to go in there and edit the volume or whatever, So I'm gonna show you guys it's the freeze option. I always like to right click and freeze objects, right? Yes, freeze them all. So you freeze them, it's just turning all these MIDI notes into audio files, right? So I'm gonna do this for the sake of this video, pitch, right? I just grabbed this just a little bit. When you know how to zoom in, this is excellent for editing. Some things change, like you see that. Some things slightly change because I got Control A. I have to take them off. Just double click that or left click and that one, for instance. And we're gonna bring this one back out because we're gonna have to do some editing. So get familiar with your tool. Get familiar with your tool. I'm gonna right click this And I'm gonna click split objects. So get rid of this part, right? So all I got is a, look, get even deeper detail, right? They had a fade out, take the fade out, grab that, there you go. So everything is clean, 4-bar count, right? And the reason why I do that is for editing purposes. So now I could just arrange this the way I need it, 5 little instruments. Sometimes keep it simple. Don't go too, you could do however what you want to, but sometimes when you get stuck, keep it simple. Start over, keep it simple. So what, you only got 5 instruments, 2 or 3. Just make sure it sounds good, right? What I'm about to do. So now I'm about to do some quick arranging. I always do this for people who watch my videos. So I mute also as well. So I'm gonna do solo. Just to start off, y'all see I start off with a simple bass thing. Just to get started, right? Now, this is not really registering. Where's my visual? Where's my visual stuff? Down here somewhere. View. Monitoring section, right? Nope, don't need that one, so I could close that one. Or we'll just use the mixer, right? So usually what goes on, I kind of mix as I go with my stuff, right? That's hitting at a negative 11.7, right? So I still got room for other instruments to come in, right? So I like to put, where's my transport? Right here, but where's my view? Let me see, y'all. There we go. I kind of like to have that to see just how I'm hitting, right? Now, since I can't go back and I could unfreeze it and adjust it with the VST, but I'm not going to do that. So you can just grab right here. Okay, that's business, right? Yep. So now I'm just kind of mixing as I go along, right? That's the bass. I just come down the line. And sometimes you could give it a little but we ain't gonna get into all that. So next, let's add on this bass. So I could do it right here. I could cut it, the volume down right there. Or I could grab it right here. Good thing to do for me. All right, let's turn this on. Sometimes I solo things to see how they sound by itself and to see how much of a increase would it be in the summing of everything on the master track. So that's sitting at about 11, 12. Let's do the bass. He about at a -5. That's pretty good. I got static in that joint. So you could take this one down a little bit. And I thought told myself to do this right. If it's hitting in the green as you mix, you probably guys probably can't hear it. This turned to a 45-minute session. That little snare, which ain't bad. Take it down just a little bit more. Good sound with this one. I think this way of mixing, for me, it helps a lot. Keep everything in the green, right? And this is still relatively loud in my ear. All right, let's see what this last instrument sounds like. Take her all the way out. Now I'm watching it. That snap ain't that bad. A little bit of the yellow. Now to bring this vocal back in, I'm gonna just let this be a little bit bigger. I'm gonna grab my little right here. Y'all gonna see me slowly bring it back in. Then I close my eyes because it increases your hearing. Now, when you take away one sense, you may enhance the other one. So sometimes I do that. I'll just close my eyes and listen. And then I like to tune in on, I hear the bass drum. I hear the bell. I hear the vocal. I hear the snare or the cat. Then I hear the kick drum, so I got 5 things in my head, and I'm like, how does it all sound on me? I just hear a boy in the background, just hitting that bass. Boom, 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 boom. And then I'm like, all right, cool, right? I know that I'm a green because I already look, right? So this is just some mixing stuff. So I take it back out. Now what I do is I do the arranging, right? Stop this. Let's do some arranging. So we got everything in the camera turned off. Yeah, I will post this video. Snitches. Oh, my camera fell down. Yeah, I got a digital camera I bought from a buddy. That became my cam. It's a Canon Rebel, an older one, but it works. All right, so now that I got everything done, we got about 4 instruments, right? When you're doing your arranging, you could do it for yourself, right? I usually like to go out 16. Now, something else that I need to do, y'all, that I tell you guys, save often. Save project as just gonna be a YouTube special. So, new folder, MHP. Tubi 2025. That's what I'm gonna name it. Go in here, click it. Try to name it the same thing. Madhouse Pro Tubi. I'll be making up some names. 2025. And I'm 50 minutes in. I don't expect nobody to look at it, but it's saved, right? So now that I got the track saved, now I'm just working on some arranging, right? So take this. Let's take the solo off. So that's a good intro, right? For me. You could always be creative, right? Always be creative. And you see how everything went from mono. So let's see. If I had this. So I'll probably put that bass, even though I started first with that slap. Intro. Let's do this. Got a little static, but I'm okay with it. This is just a video, right? So now that I got the intro, which sound pretty decent, and something else that I need to do is the channels, right? Slap bass. This all started off of VSTi. I'm trying to remember my second instrument. know that's the bass. And let's see what the next instrument is. Kick. Let's hit the third one. Hi-hat or a snare stick. Let's see what number 4 is. So the vocal is down here. Yeah, vocal. And then this one is a bell. All right, so now we got all that saved again, because typing this stuff, you could lose it and be like, I typed all that metadata. Anyway, so we got everything set. Another thing that I like to do up to the top, set marker with name intro. Yes, I do an intro, right? And this could be for you guys. Set another marker with name. I'm gonna say first 16, the first 24. First 16. Sometimes you could do however, right? So on this first 16, what I do is we're going to go and create 9 plus 16 is what? 25 and stop there. So we don't have a hook or nothing. We just got an intro with the start. This is just basic arranging, basic 101, right? Take in, usually I put in something or take something out, add something to give it variations and things like that. I'm going to just take something out around right here. I just take out the female voice, right? So now I run it from track 16. Because by this time, somebody either singing or rapping or being super creative. Real basic, right? And then sometimes I may go and take something out right there. Let's see what that sounds like. And to me, it's like I'm missing some hi-hats, so I'm gonna go solo. Let's add something. Stick with SourceLab or Independence, right? Let's go with SourceLab because that's what this is. This all started from two standalone VSTs that work outside a DAW, but I got them outside the DAW, but it wasn't, I couldn't record. So I decided to use that Independence and SourceLab, which SourceLab is raw. I'm not even gonna lie. Anyway, so now when I get back in here, I'm looking for things that I could use. I need hi-hats, right? I know from using Heat Up in the past, they should have some hi-hats. There we go. Hits. They got some hi-hats. Okay, screamable, whatever. So now, where are the drum kits? Drum kits, right? So on the drum kits, I should have a hat. So let me solo. There go a hat right there, right? So I found a hat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loop a certain part. We'll just do the first 16, right? The first 4. Bring the mouse over there. Bring them, son. Let me lock that. Snap to the whatever. Snap to the rhythm. And then right here, now I'm going to add. So edit, MIDI data, new MIDI object. Give me a 4-bar count. And it drops it right here. So as you can see right here, I'm hitting on the keyboard. I'm going to use this hi-hat to create my hi-hat pattern. Just to give it something different, right? Then I control all. Move that over there. Control all, move. I'm finished with 4-bar count. And then I just And then I just fill in or do whatever I'm gonna do with it, right? To make it a little bit different. That's what I do. So I got that, and then as of course, y'all, since it's highlighted, right click, freeze objects, continue. Now, the one thing I do see that most people probably looking, why does it go from MIDI to 2? Because I got it in stereo. So one left, one right. That's the way it freezes. I probably could go in there and change that, but I'm not going to get into that today. So now that I got this over here, now I'm going to show you guys another trick that I like to do with Samplitude. So in here, you got it set. The hi-hats are hitting. We didn't even measure the hi-hats, but let's do that. What's missing? My thingy. Always my transport missing. So click view. Come on, man. Give me my visualization, man. Right here. So that's hitting on the right, which is the bottom. You can see it's much bigger than that on the left. You can deal with what you call this thing right here, y'all. Right here, the left right button, right. That's all the way in your right. So if you got headphones on, y'all could see what I'm doing to make that at least close to equal, right? Don't matter. Now, also, you gotta always check that with everything. Everything's still in the green. So this is also what I do. When I got it like here, I double click, left click, and then I go to time pitch, right? So this is the pitch factor. So if it's hitting too much on the high side or the mid or vice versa, I could give it more of that register I want. So if I want to give it a bass joint, you're about to see this. So you got the pitch factor right up in here. So I click on that and just move the mouse up or down, right? So now that's on the heavier, the bass register. Let me solo that for you guys. Now when I take the pitch up, so wherever I want the pitch of that, once I click it, you know, because it didn't give me that option when I created the hi-hat. So it's like, oh, so what can you do? You could just change the pitch of it, right? And then you got to play it in contrast with everything. And that's good enough for me. So we could finish the arranging. You do all that stuff on the fly, and I'm going to just run that through the whole thing. First 16, and then I'm going to call it finish, right? That's me. That's all the other stuff after this point is editing and alternate. How can I put it? Alternate music stuff. Just something alternate to give them a variation, musical variation in the track. So with bridges and etc. and all that other stuff. And I mean, sometimes keep it basic, y'all. I'm gonna tell you like that. So far I got an intro, save often. So I'm about to save, right? Because Lord behold, if I'd have made something that was a banger and I lost it, I'd be here sitting crying like, no! I had the masterpiece and they got the windows and juiced me. Save often. But anyway, y'all, this is it. So the intro, the first 16, then you can do a hook. After that, it could be 2, 4, 6, 8. It could be 5, 6, 7. It doesn't matter. You can make your music fitting to the way you like it. And that's what this is about as well. Plenty of tools we got to create music. Plenty of them. So I'm saying a lot, right? I say right a lot too, right? That still came out. Madhouse Pro Tubi video. This is for you guys. 1 exact hour. This is the work that people don't see. Sometimes you get into a little, I was doing a tutorial video on these and I break out into create a beat, cook up a little something. It may be good, it may be trash, right? But you could take something from each video on each lesson, just like the Bible. It's too many verses and scriptures. You could take a little bit from everything and apply it to your life at one point of a time. I didn't mean to use a Bible analogy, but when you're making music, videos, YouTube videos are helpful. They are. I mean, I've been to school. School is helpful. Everything could give a little bit of a help. It serves a purpose. So just continue to make music. Hope you learned something out of this video, from Independence Live to the VSTi to SourceLab. You know, these are some of the tools I use. A friend told me about the SourceLab, or was it Initial Audio? The first one before Initial Audio, Heat Up 3. You know, you hear these things, check them out. But have a great DAW to help you orchestrate everything and make music. That's it. Mr. Madhouse Pro, thank you guys for watching. Ladies, it's hour in. This is my off day, so I get to cook up and do what I want to do. This is my building. If you don't like it, you could get out. But guess what? I got to go anyway. So you're probably about to turn off this channel. Maybe rewind it if you found something helpful. Madhouse Pro. Madhouse Pro. And I'm out. Y'all be blessed.